What's up, everybody? It's Matt Campbell here. Hope you all having a wonderful Sunday. Today I want to talk to you about something that you can definitely apply in recovery. As a matter of fact, if you don't apply this principle I'm about to talk to you about, man, you're not going to get anywhere. You're just going to keep going back to the same routines. You can apply it in your finances. You can apply it in your marriage. You can apply it in your parenting. You can apply it to any relationship out there, and you can definitely apply it with your relationship with Jesus Christ. So you'll notice I'm sitting right here in the minivan, the family bus, which is what I want to talk to you about. Not the car itself, but what we were doing in the car yesterday. My wife and I come out here to clean the car out. And for anybody who is watching this who doesn't know, we have 4 kids, and at any given point in time, we have our 4 plus more. Okay, I'm talking like full-on carpooling, and they're all girls, so it can get kind of crazy in this car at times. It can get kind of loud. It can kind of get very boisterous. And it can get really filthy really quick if we're not paying attention. So we're in here cleaning it out, and there's a lot of cars out there, a lot of vans. There's these little pockets on the back of the seat, right? So we get to cleaning that out, and we're digging out candy wrappers, we're digging out toys, we're digging out pieces of food that we didn't know was down there. We're digging out all kinds of garbage. We're digging out all kinds of trash. Some of it's sticky, some of it's gross. Man, I'm putting my hands down in here and getting scared that something started to grow. Something started to, like mutate and going to jump out and grab my hand at any moment. It didn't, thank God. But anyway, so as I'm sitting here cleaning this out, I get to thinking, and it hits me. We're just like that. We have a tendency when things happen to stuff it down and forget that it's even there. We don't even know it's there sometimes. And I'm talking like garbage, absolute trash that we carry around in our souls, that we carry around in our hearts, and we carry around in the back of our minds, that leads us to these destructive patterns. It leads us to bitterness. That leads us to all sorts of nasty things down the road. And, just like I mentioned, being afraid that something was going to jump out of my car seat and grab my hand while I'm cleaning all this trash out. Man, if we don't pay attention to the trash that we're just sweeping under the rug, or the garbage that we continue to pack down inside, then that's going to grow. That's going to manifest into a bunch of, just like I said, absolute garbage that is going to affect every relationship that we have. It can be something from the past, from 5, 10 childhood years ago. It can be something from 2 or 3 days ago. One of the easiest ways to evaluate this is, like how are you approaching your daily routine? How are you approaching your kids? How are you approaching your wife? How are you approaching your husband? How are you approaching, your boss at work? How are you approaching the guy at the store? I mean, if we're not careful, this stuff, it builds up inside of us, and it gets heavy. The more garbage that we put down inside of our soul, man, it gets heavier and heavier and heavier and heavier. And people look at us, and when our quote unquote our trash bags get full, our car seat pockets get full, so to speak. It comes out. It comes out as though we're attacking the people that we're talking to. It comes out as we're attacking our spouse, our children, our bosses, our employees, our customers, and everybody that we run across. And it's not necessarily that you're a bad person. It's just that you've got a bunch of garbage that you're carrying around. So I'm saying this, and I want you to ask yourself, man, what am I carrying around? Because we all have it. some of us more than others. Some of us have learned to start digging inside. Some of us have dug inside and gotten rid of a lot of it, but it's very, very easy for it to build back up. So Scripture says in Lamentations 3:40 for us to test and try our ways and turn again to the Lord. And another way of looking at that, another translation says to search. Man, we have to dig down in that pocket that we've stuffed garbage in for so long, for 30 years, for 40 years, for 50 years, for 60 years, however old you are, chances are, man, there's a lot of garbage floating around down there, right? And you're walking through life and it's getting heavier and you're ticking people off every time you talk to them. And relationships are a struggle because, man, you're not presenting yourself, you're presenting your past, you're presenting your garbage, you're presenting the trash that you've just swept under the rug or stuffed in the back of the car seat and just overlooked, right? And it has grown, it has mutated. Maybe even a hand's going to jump out and get you. Sorry, I keep going back to that. It's just funny. But nonetheless, man, this stuff is going to build up and it's going to get heavy and it's going to affect everything. Recovery, your Christian walk, your parenting, your everything. It's going to affect everything. So search yourself for one, dig deep inside. Man, go back a day, go back 2 days, look at your life, look at your actions towards your wife, your kids, your parents, your bosses, and have I been treating them with respect? Have I been treating them with kindness, with a grateful attitude, with a decent character, and if the answer is no, I mean, if every time you approach these relationships, you find that you're on the attack or you're always bitter about something, then chances are you've got garbage that you need to search for and get out. All right. And so the next question is, once we search for this, what happens next? Well, Matthew 11:28, Jesus tells us, "Come to me, all who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." Man, Jesus is telling you, bring all that trash to me, bring all that garbage to me, search for it, get it out, bring it to me, set it at my feet, man, and I'm going to make your burden a whole lot lighter. It goes on to say, "Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and lowly in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." So, that's the message for the day. Man, if you find yourself struggling in your relationship, struggling in the way you handle your everyday life, chances are that you could have some garbage floating around and it's getting heavy and heavy and heavy and heavy. Well, listen, Jesus didn't go to the cross so you could carry around your trash for you or with you for the rest of your life. Man, he went to the cross to atone for your sin, to atone for your garbage, to atone for your trash, and he is making that call to you right here, right now, every day. Man, bring it to me, and I'll take that burden from you. I'll show you how to live with a lighter burden to make it easier when things do happen, that you don't just stuff it down. I'll show you how to live so you can handle these things, so you can handle life, so you can handle recovery, so you can make a difference, make an impactful, eternally different in your relationships, in your recovery, in every aspect of life. Man, so what's the question? What trash are you carrying around? Man, this is Reach. Hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your weekend. Tune in for more. God bless you.